What do you guys think when you think about Metal Gear Solid? What are your initial thoughts when that name comes to mind? Do you think about it in high esteem? Or is it just kind of a game that you tried out a little bit and you didn't really like it very much? If that's the case, you might not like this video. What is up, you guys? Welcome to The Collective. My name is Furman, and in this video we are going to be talking about Metal Gear Solid, the series as a whole. But not just that, like how the game is holding up nowadays. But before we get started, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. I have a Metal Gear Solid shirt and I don't even know why I didn't wear it today, but it's too late now, so whatever. Alright, let's get into it. So Metal Gear Solid has been and probably will always be one of my favorite franchises when it comes to video games. I mean, ever since its inception, well, the original, I guess what you would call Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation. Ever since then, I have been absolutely hooked when it comes to this game. I mean, I didn't even get a chance to actually beat the game when it was on the PS1, but I was addicted to it because we had it on a demo. We had one of those old school demo discs that had a bunch of games. It had Tomba, it had Legend of Dragoon, Klonoa, and then it had Metal Gear Solid, and it had other games too. I think it might have had like Ape Escape, but Metal Gear Solid was one of the ones that just absolutely stood out the most. And it really only let you play like the first hour or so of the game, but I played the heck out of that demo. I mean, I was absolutely obsessed with it. Moving on a little bit ahead, Metal Gear Solid 2 comes out and we have our PS2, and holy cow, I remember still to this day being absolutely blown away by these cutting edge HD ultra realistic graphics that we were getting in this game. I mean, it just blew my mind. I mean, I was probably like 12, 13, and I was like, oh my god, like, where do we go from here? I mean, what's the next step? True realism? Clearly that wasn't the case, but nonetheless, I was absolutely amazed.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
And obviously we got Metal Gear Solid 3, which was arguably one of the best. It's not my favorite. Metal Gear Solid 2 holds that title, but Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, is one of the best. It is one of the best, arguably the best. For most people, it is the best game. And then Metal Gear Solid 4, which was a game. I mean, I enjoyed it, but man, they just changed it a little too much. And that goes with Metal Gear Solid 5, which was decent, but just absolutely confusing. I don't know what they were thinking. And we know that it's kind of unfinished too. This was around the time where they ended up letting go of Hideo Kojima, which was super unfortunate. So thanks a lot, Konami. You freaking suck. I bring all these things up to say that we're finally getting this Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. Now, when you hear the word Master, you think that this is going to be the definitive collection, right? The best of the best. And, we got Volume 1 last year, and, yeah, wow. That was a game. I was unfortunately dumb enough to buy it day one, so I paid 60 buckaroos for that thing, and I kind of feel like it was not worth $60, especially because I bought it on the Switch. For starters, the game was capped at 30, so Gross. It played 60 frames everywhere else, just not on the Switch, which is what I bought it for. Super unfortunate. And you could make the argument that the Switch couldn't run it, but like, come on guys, we got bigger games than a PS2 game, so I don't really understand what's going on here. And then also, the collection was just really bare bones. I mean, it does have a lot of like, behind the scenes and like really cool information and artwork and all that cool stuff, but the collection just doesn't feel like it's really hitting the way that it should. It doesn't feel like a master collection. It just kind of feels like we just put crap together, put these games out and sold it for $60, and we're making money. And it is really unfortunate because I would venture to believe that I am not the only one that thinks this highly of Metal Gear Solid. I mean, for starters, this is the volume 1, so you're thinking, man, we're gonna get like probably 2, maybe 3 collections, and what are those gonna consist of? What are they going to consist of? There is a ton of spin-off games. The PSP ones, for starters, there's a lot of them. I mean, we have metalgearacid 1 and 2. We obviously know peacewalker, I think that's what it's called, is going to be in it. We obviously know that they're going to include that eventually. We know Metal Gear Solid 4 is going to be included in this too. But what is going on with Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes? That is also an extremely good game that I would love to see be brought to modern consoles. And it's a master collection, so you would think they would include everything that involves Metal Gear Solid, but I don't really see them doing this. I don't really see them bringing this thing, which is a shame because I've seen a lot of people don't like it, but I absolutely love that game. Like, when I tell you guys I beat Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes like 30 or 40 times, I'm not over exaggerating. That is not a joke. I beat this game that many times because I was that addicted to it. I would absolutely love to see them bring that out of the woodwork and add it to the collection. I'd love to see them bring more obscure, like Japanese only Metal Gear Solid games that might be existing or out there. I'd love to see more media that is something we necessarily didn't really get in the US or overseas, something that's like exclusive, something that feels like you're not just getting these games and that's it. They're just spitting them out, putting them in a collection and calling it good. I would love to see that.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
And don't forget, the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection does also consist of a lot of the Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, which is kind of crazy. Like, they didn't even bother to, at least remove the watermarks and make them into the Master Collection version. They just straight up left them in there. I mean, just straight up lazy. Gross. Now, this is also kind of wishful thinking, but I would love to see a actual finished version of Metal Gear Solid 5 that involved Hideo Kojima and what he actually wanted to see. I know for a fact this will never happen. I mean, it just won't. Unless somehow miraculously Konami decides to sell it to Hideo Kojima and he gets to take it and do what he actually wants to do with the game. But I know that is crazy unrealistic. I know they're not going to partner with him. Like, it's just a wrap. It's a done deal. And it really is a shame to see that this is kind of the end of the legacy of Metal Gear Solid with Hideo Kojima. If they go on and make something else, it's not going to be received the same because everybody knows that, he has nothing to do with it at this point. And it really sucks. Now, we do have Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater coming out real soon. And, from the looks of it, I am excited about it. I am, hopeful and hoping that it's going to be really good, that it lives up to our expectations. But from the looks of it right now, it does kind of just seem like it's a 4K version of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. It doesn't really feel like they're doing much different to it. Like, we already know that most of the dialogue is all the same, so nothing has been re-recorded. Most of the scenes are going to play out the same. It doesn't really look like they're adding, anything new that might serve as some new context that might explain certain things a little bit better. It doesn't look like there's going to be anything extra. I mean, what is the point of even making this if you're not going to do anything extra? If you're not going to add something that makes it a little bit better? I mean, no, we don't want you to do what Final Fantasy VII is doing. Like, we don't want a 3-game episodic situation, but what we do want is to dive a little bit deeper, to have a little more substance when it comes to this game. And clearly that's not really going on. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this too, but Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance, ridiculous name by the way, but will that be included? Technically that is a spin-off, but it is a part of the Metal Gear Solid franchise. So will that be a part of it? I mean, I'd love to see that. And clearly that game almost deserves a remake too. Like, we could use a remake of that game because it was so good. I don't know, guys. I've just had Metal Gear Solid on the mind for a while now, and I've been really wanting to make a video about it because I've been thinking a lot about it, and I kind of wanted to hear what you guys thought about it. I wanted to hear your thoughts, and I wanted to see if you guys miss Metal Gear Solid the way that I do too. Do you think that we deserve a little bit better when it comes to Konami and this awesome franchise that they've been able to build with Hideo Kojima? I don't know. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. And as always, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. And we will see you guys on the next video. Peace! Kept you waiting, huh?